Hey, everybody, what's going on? Hey, I want to explain a little bit of what's going on here on these next few videos that I'll be putting up. We're going to do a top 10 series. The WNL Crew and I are getting together and we're doing a top 10 list of a lot of things. A top 10 of everything that we like, a top 10 of everything that we don't like. The first one that you're going to see here is a top 10 of things that we hate about the villages. Hate's a strong word. They didn't want to use it. I'm just saying it on here because I'm just trying to irritate them. You got to poke the bear once in a while. But they wanted to use the word dislike. The top 10 things that we dislike about the villages. And the next one will be the top 10 things that we love about the villages. And then there's some other top 10 things that we've got scheduled to go down the line. So with that, let's get started here. I want to apologize for my audio on this video also. When we did this, I haven't done WNL for a while, and I just simply forgot to turn this microphone on. And when I don't turn this microphone on, it automatically turns on the one on the computer. So you'll hear some reverb in there. But other than that, you can understand me just fine. I just wanted to let you know that I know the audio's off. I did mess with it a little bit, tweak it a little bit, but I didn't do it too much because I don't want to make it any worse than what it really is. So that being said, let's go to the top 10 things that we dislike about the villages. And thanks for watching. Okay, everybody, we're going to give you the top 10 things that we hate about the villages, but the girls and the guys don't want to say that. They just want to say the top 10 things that, how is it you want to say it? The top 10 things what?
Dislike.
The top 10 things they dislike about the villages. So we're going to start with Sue, and she's going to give us her two. There's 5 of us here. Each one of us is going to give you 2 things that we hate about the villages.
Okay. I think you're telling me don't take too long. One of the things that I hate about the villages is losing friends. We're all of a certain age here. It doesn't take very long, the first couple of years, and you notice your neighbors are not there anymore. So that's one of the things that I hate about the villages. The other thing I hate is the traffic. To get to anything, the traffic's getting terrible, especially in the wintertime when the snowbirds are here. I see 441 has been a nightmare because there's not only a lot of traffic, but a lot of construction. So the 2 of them combined, it was terrible. So I think that's my top 2 right there: losing friends and the traffic.
Question: do you see a big difference in the traffic in the last 9 years since we've been here full time?
Oh God, yes, and a ton. It's different as day and night. It really is. And I don't think people are going home. The snowbirds aren't leaving the way they used to. I think people are coming and staying full time now.
This isn't a question, it's a statement. I do notice, though, that even this month, there's less traffic. Like I can go to Publix and I can find a parking place, while a month ago, you couldn't even find a parking place. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that's leaving this week that's heading home. So it is getting better. It's just from the time we got here, 9 years ago, it's a lot different. It really is.
Okay, we're going to go to Jose now for his 2 things that he just can't stand about the villages.
I'm going to go with stuff that I dislike. Number 1 is, to me, is the restaurant prices. It's not all of them, but I have visited quite a few. I like to go out, meet the owners, and eat food. And I noticed the pricing and the quality of the food doesn't go hand to hand. And I've been in the restaurant industry. I have worked in the restaurant. I know that industry well. And I don't like to pay $16 for a burger that I know is not even worth $4. Or one day we ordered a calamari basket, $16, and it was just awful. So I noticed that a few restaurants here, the pricing is really high and the quality is like mediocre at best. Mm-hmm. I don't mind paying high price when what you get is good value. But for some reason here, I want to say more than 50% of the experience is not good. Especially in some of the, what's the place we went for the meeting? What do you call that?
The country clubs?
The country club, yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a few that I can name, and I can't remember what I ordered, and I can go to Publix and make it better, cheaper. It's just, literally when we go out, it's the places that we know, it's a hit and miss. Like you can literally go, have a great time, great food, and the next time you go out, it's awful. but I know how to buy it, where to buy it. I know how much it costs them.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the only reason I can't come up with the pricing is that they are paying a ridiculous amount of rent. And I think that is a true statement too. The villages charge us a lot for the places to be here. And that has a big impact in food pricing. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's what it is. I don't like that part. I wish it was a little bit better. That's all. I go to places outside the villages, like even little shacks like the what's the Coney Island hot dog thing on 301. And you can get a hot dog and fries for $4. It's awesome. So that's what I'm trying to hopefully find here more in the villages. Yeah, it's just it's like the other one you like, or Shucks, the other one, in the same road. It's
I cannot believe how many people have been telling me this week they went to Shucks for the first time and they love it.
Yeah, because they heard us talking about it. Yeah.
I agree with Jose. I mean, some of the restaurants and stuff in here are pretty blasé, but it's fun to find the little Shucks and the Coney Islands and those kinds of things outside of the villages. So.
Okay, give us another.
The other one's easy. I got a few, but I'm gonna make this easy. I don't like, what kind of hate to is the speeding part, both on cars and golf carts. I wish there was more police on the speeding of the cars and the carts. To me, more on the carts, because the people on golf carts doing 25 and 30 miles an hour is just ridiculous. Sometimes the speed limit near this area is 25, and I can barely catch a golf cart. And then when I do catch them, they want to go left or right. It's a very dangerous situation. And I wish there were more police of that situation, so people learn a little bit better, because in the end, they're going to get killed. You cannot win with a golf cart. You're gonna get crushed. You're gonna die. And I hate that part. That honestly, I'm gonna use the word hate because I don't like that. It's just the speeding is ridiculous. Cars and golf carts, both. I don't like.
Okay. Well, I do have one thing that I hate. It's not a question. It's a statement. Okay. You know what I hate is I hate the haters about the villages.
Oh.
People who don't know anything about the villages, that have never been to the villages. They hear rumors about the villages and suddenly they hate the villages. Now, I feel like when I meet somebody new, I find myself on the defensive at times because I'm expecting them to come up with something negative about the villages. So I hate that part.
Number one is STD. It's the STD capital of the US. Every time I meet somebody.
Yeah, there's an example.
How many?
Yeah. It's hard to change people's minds.
Oh, the loofah part.
The loofah. Yeah, that's another one.
I only see one.
Okay.
I want to make a statement. I love the haters because I just have so much fun with them. I really love them.
Okay, I'll come up with questions next time. Okay. On a more serious note, one of the things I don't really like, and I don't know easily how to fix about the villages, is the doctors and hospital situation. I know it's something that the villages touts as being really positive, that they have an entire hospital system, and I'm not in that particular system. I'm outside of the villages system. And what I find is it's really difficult to find primary care doctors, because the good ones people talk about online and on Facebook, and suddenly they're all full and they don't take anymore and you're on a waiting list. And I think the problem is not just for the villages, because I do realize that there's a shortage of hospital and medical workers all over the United States. But given that we are a community of seniors and most of us at least need some doctor's care, it's a disappointing thing, I think, that we don't have better access to primary care doctors. So that is one thing that bothers me about the villages. Can't say yeah, I don't have an easy solution, and Skip didn't tell me I had to have a solution to what I disliked. I'm just saying I don't like it.
You're listening to what I say.
I think it's something important that people should be aware of if they're thinking about coming to the villages. That one of the things that is important to, I think, most of us is hospital care, medical care, things of that nature. And it's not as good here, it's not as high quality, it's not as easily accessible as I think other places. So I do think it's something people need to think real seriously about.
Maria,
And that's a really good point, because I'm not familiar with the system, but if I were going to do an HMO anywhere, I would seriously consider doing it here in the villages, because the facilities are nice. My friends that are in the system will say they go to the waiting room. It's not even called a waiting room. It's a living room or a family room.
Yeah.
And it's decorated that way. And
Yeah.
they spend time with you. The doctors spend half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour with you. So I do think
I hate that.
he hates to be healthy.
most of us want the time of an MD rather than having only 5 minutes or 7 minutes to get everything out that you need to in order to get taken care of. So I think those are positive.
Anyway, let's get to the lovely Judy.
Judy.
Go ahead.
Hi. Judy, with all the light on you, I swear to God, you look 10 years younger.
Just say thank you, Judy. Just say thank
Go
you.
with the flow. Go with the flow.
One thing that I don't like here is that some of the wildlife is destructive to yards. I know we're having problems down in the south with the wild pigs that come in and they tear up the yards, rooting for worms and things. So that's something I don't like. Also, sandhill cranes will tear up your yard. They're pretty, but they will tear up your yard. The other thing I don't like about down here, but I know it, I mean, I knew it when I moved in here, is how close the houses are and how the lack of privacy, which that could have been eliminated with a courtyard villa or a veranda. And I didn't do it. And in hindsight, I'm kind of sorry I didn't.
Well, you know, that's how people end up at their second and third home. Let me ask you a question, Judy. At your young age here, you're probably the youngest person in all the villages that actually owns a house here. How many times do you want to move?
I really don't want to move.
Well, then there's your answer. You're not going anywhere.
Every time you move, it costs you money.
I'm going to try to pick two that's not so controversial. You know?
That's not going to happen.
Well,
Come here.
one thing I hate, and it's only because I've been coming here for so long, is I hate the size of the villages that it's gotten to. Because when we first moved here, we heard the term build out probably half a dozen times. This is it. Up around Nancy Lopez when they sold the Savannah Centers up there. I mean, we were there. We were going to buy one. That was the build out. It wasn't supposed to go down to 466 or past 466. And then bango, there comes Lake Sumter. Okay, we could deal with that. You know, not bad. And then that was it. It wasn't going to go anywhere else. And then bango, here comes Brownwood. But we'll never go across 44. The Rohan Rec Center was announced to be the last recreational center to be built. This is it. There's no more. And then bango, there goes Finney. And now it's just running wild down there. So, and then all that brings traffic, all that brings trouble. It just has. It's just brought in a lot of trouble. That it's just not the comfortable, quiet retirement community that Spanish Springs once was. And the other one, actually, I'll pick one out. I'll just say golf cart trail rules. It used to be cart trails. This was known as a golf cart community. They had signs everywhere, and then somebody changed it to multi-mogul trails. And once they've done that, it just seems like it's a free-for-all. People want to drive their garden tractors on it, ride their mopeds on it, roller skate. I don't even know what. Oh, I saw last year. I got a video of it. Somebody had a smart car. That's what I hate is they don't have nobody to monitor rules on the golf cart trail. None. Kids ain't supposed to be. The skateboards are strictly prohibited on them. There's just so much going on the golf cart trail, and there's no rules on that trail that anybody really enforces. And somebody's going to get hit, somebody's going to get killed, and then what are you going to do?
Yeah, and in the new part, they've got them separated. So that
that Finney area that they brought it back where they got walking trails, they got bicycle trails, and I think that's the way it should be. I never thought of that.
I was going to say I like the ones that we came up with, and I tried to do that too. I've seen a lot of other videos that have what they don't like or what they like, so I purposely tried to come up with things that may not have been as obvious, and I think everybody did that. So I think everybody did a great job.